And we're live, 8 minutes with Kamal. Well, I had an epiphany this morning as I was studying early in the morning to start sharing with you 8 minutes of things every day as to how you can become every better. So we're going to attempt that. So let's get started. So I was reading a beautiful book by Simon Sinek this morning as to kind of thinking, how can I answer your question? How can I help you on this high performance coaching framework? And in this beautiful book from Simon, he said, start with the why. Start with your why. Like, why do leaders perform better? How can you become that better version, right? Well, and why do you do what you do? So it's not about how you do it. It's not about what you do. It's like why you do it. And he's really done a beautiful job. He's got a lot of amazing videos. And if you have not seen him, I suggest you do. It's pretty cool. I haven't read all this book. I just at the beginning a little bit and the end of it from Simon, and it's very interesting. So you should, be encouraged to read a little bit every day if you can. All right. So why the discussion, and what is this about? So what I want to do, I want to start to answer your questions live and help you along the way. So if there's something that's on your mind and you want to know about me, something about what I do, you can send these questions by email, by connecting, blah blah blah. Now today is the first time, so I don't have any questions from anybody. So I'm just going to share with you how some things about the why and what Simon talks about, and I'm going to be reading this over the next week or so. So here's kind of what Simon said about the why, and it's very very interesting. Each one of us has to have a why. Each one of us has to have a solid reason how and why we do things, and it's going to help a lot uh, to round it in your head if you really think about it. So he said it's basically any person or in any organization can explain what they do. Some can explain how they are different or better, but very few can clearly articulate the why. See, why is not about the money or the profit, because the money and the profit are the results of what you do, are the results of the service that you provide. Why is the thing that inspires us and inspires those around us. So that's why I kind of put this thing today, like, why do you do what you do? Why is the thing that inspires us and inspires those around us. Now, let's look at this example. From Martin Luther King Jr. to Steve Jobs to the Wright brothers, start with why shows that the leaders who inspire us all think, act, and communicate in the exact same way. And it's the complete opposite of what everyone else does. So, Martin Luther King, Steve Jobs, Wright brothers start with why shows that the leaders who inspired us all think, act, and communicate in the exact same way. And it's completely opposite. Most of everybody is looking at what are the results, what are you accomplishing, what are you doing, why do you want it, how do you do it. But it's more about the why. That's why we like all these different Apple products. Okay, that's why we have, because it can do multitasking. Like, it's doing something for me here, it's doing that for you. It's a beautiful thing. Steve Jobs did an incredible job. Now, drawing on a wide range of real life stories, it provides a framework upon which organization can be built, movements can be led, and people can be inspired. And it all starts with the why. See, when you start with the why, what you're doing, like, think about it. You have so many things to do today, but why are you doing them? So when I started this coaching system that I'm working on and helping so many across the world, I wanted to help them get to that next level. I wanted to help them earn more, leave more impact, use the framework that I learned from Bob Proctor, build this foundation, and because I needed it. So the reason is that how can you get better? It's not just by education, it's not just by systems, not just by seminars, but you have to have a reason why. And as I dig deeper into it, it's becoming more important to really be incongruent with it, because there's going to be some days where you're not going to feel the why. There's going to be some days where you're not going to be motivated to be there. There's going to be some days where you are just not going to be up for the why. And how are you going to be motivated? How are you going to be motivated on those days? Well, if you have a strong why, that's going to drive you to be motivated. If you don't have a strong why, you're not going to. You're going to say, screw it, I'm going to watch TV, I'm going to sit around and do nothing. So let's see what William Ury said about this beautiful little book. Start with Why is one of the most useful and powerful books I have read in years. Simple and elegant. It shows us how leaders should lead. Hmm, that's pretty cool. So I'm going to be bringing more to you like this, but why is this and how can you get hold of me? So what I'm going to ask you is to start sending me your questions, send me the messages, book the appointment, and go ahead and look around under this website, askalrasi.com HPC. This way um, you can actually see it. I'm going to put it in the chat as well so that you have access. Let's put it here, and you're gonna see why I'm doing what I'm doing. You're gonna see why this is important to me. This is like the quickest way to get you to start performing better. I needed to get better very, 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 very fast, and I found that this material really, really works. So I tell everybody that when you come and you plug in, within 30 days you will have very good results. Now, why is that? Because that's important. You want to get better. You want to land your next role. You want to improve your income. You want to ask for that promotion. You want to get the right job. Mindset is mindset. But what do I do with all that mindset? I want to give you that skill set and strategy so you can get the salary that you want. And it's very, very simple. So the why is very, very clear for me. The why is very clear for me. Is it clear for you? Why do you want to do what you want to do? Why are you showing up? Why do you want more money? Why that job? Why this job, not the other job? Why this company, not that company? I'm working with somebody, I'm going to tell you a quick story. And instead of just helping him find a job, we're more working on his purpose because that seemed to be more important because over the past 7, 8 years, he was just jumping from one to the other because he doesn't know his purpose. He doesn't know what his big goal is. So he thinks changing a job is the key. Well, you might need a different job, but if you don't know your purpose, you don't know your why. It's simple. We got to stop making it complicated. Serious. We got to stop making it complicated. So I urge you to go to the site, askcollege.com / HPC and take a look and send me your questions. Send me your notes as to, what is it that you're stuck on? If you have a big thing to solve and you're not solving it by yourself, wouldn't 15 minutes be worth it to explore that with somebody? What if I know somebody that can solve your problem like that? Why stay stuck on it for years? Right? That's the idea. I don't want you to be stuck on it for years. I want you to come in, do your thing, and be gone. I have people that have done this thing with me in a week, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, blah, blah, blah. All right. So it's really up to keep it short, nice and sweet, 8 minutes. And hopefully you can have an amazing day. It's an eclipse kind of day here in Cincinnati. It's kind of passing through the area here, but they're saying it's going to be cloudy. So wishing you all an amazing day. Send your questions, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Ciao. Find your why.